Recording. It is November 14th, 2021. This is Shannon, Kringen Goddess Kring. Can you hear the crackling fire sound? That's on my television right now. I am doing just an impromptu YouTube video. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I've had my YouTube channel since 2005, I think, and a few days ago, I had 905 subscribers. Now I have 921. So thank you. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers or more so I can maybe earn some money with my YouTube channel, but I'm not sure if that's really going to work for me. I'm going to try. I know that my content is not everyone's cup of tea. I'm an intuitive, instinctual, improvisational artist and art model, and I just make things up as I go. I'm somebody who believes in questioning authority. I'm somebody who believes in not necessarily agreeing with the status quo. And I quite honestly am having a very challenging time right now in my life for various reasons that I won't get into. I'm just trying to figure out what the best thing for me is and try to make peace with people that I don't agree with and not waste time arguing and feeding into the conflict of the world. It's a really, really rainy day. I got up at 7:37 for some reason and took a walk in nature. And you can go to my website and look at all the different photos I've taken recently. And I am really tired from, I got hired to work somewhere 90 miles away from Seattle, and 2 days in a row, because I didn't have any friends that lived near there, didn't want to sleep in my car. So I drove 90 miles back and forth 2 days in a row to my job, and thankfully I have really good gas mileage in my car. And I listened to the new Tori Amos Ocean to Ocean CD over and over and over and over again in my car, which was actually quite comforting and soothing. Part of the drive was a rainstorm, so it was a little scary, and then the weather got better. So today I stayed home and organized and cleaned my apartment, which is something I could always work on. I'm very cluttery. My kitty is sitting here on his little spot. There he is. Kisoon. Hi, boy. He's a good boy. Wow. He's a little wet from being out in the rain. I had my windows open, even though it's a chilly day. Let me adjust the camera. I had my windows open for quite a while today, having the fresh air blow in and out. I love the fresh air, even when it's cold. And I'm sitting here with a heating pad on my lap to get nice and warm, because I have the window cracked open for my kitty because he loves the fresh air and I love the fresh air. I love seeing the raindrops and the trees and the birds outside. So I just wanted to check in. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I'm thinking of sharing improvisational stories about my life on my YouTube channel, as well as poetry and music. Maybe I'll start doing slideshows. I used to do a lot of performance art with face paint and body paint and dance around and do strange performance art. Lately, it's just been a lot of monologues, and I'm just trying to figure out, I like this microphone I'm using. Hopefully my voice sounds good. It's my Yeti microphone that I got. And I'm going to have dinner with my friend tonight. I'm very grateful for that. I'm trying to spend time in nature every single day in the forest. I walk around. And then once my feet are warm enough, I take my shoes off and walk barefoot on the ground, and it just feels really good. I like to get my toes in the mud, literally, and the microorganisms in the earth. I'm a very earthy, natural person, and I want to contribute. The work I did the other day, 90 miles away from Seattle, is work that I care about and is meaningful, and I was happy that somebody scheduled me for that. And then I also used my car as an office. I did some in-person work 2 days in a row. And then one of the days I had to go early and I used my car as an office. And I did a Zoom meeting for 2 hours with somebody else that booked me. And I was doing a role play for helping teach people and give them practice in how to do something. I'm being intentionally very vague because I value my privacy now more than I ever did. I like to share quite a bit in a certain way, but I used to pretty much share everything. And so now I'm a little more cautious about what I share. So the specific details are not going to be shared. But let's just say I did some work that I care about 90 miles away, and it was a long commute, but it was a unique opportunity. So I just snapped it up and said yes. And I'm looking for other new opportunities. I'm starting in June, I started a pet sitting business near Seattle. I've been taking care of people's dogs and cats, and I think I've had 5 clients so far since June. I would love to build up my skills on that. I'm very good with animals. I did cat sitting for somebody where I stayed in their house every night for almost a month, and they had a cat that went in and out as he pleased. And so I made sure to take care of him and let him in and out. I even took him for walks at night without a leash. You know, he's kind of a wild cat, but he walked around the block with me. I have a tendency to walk cats. I'm good at the cats who really like me tend to want to walk around the neighborhood with me. And my mom and dad have also done that. People say you can't walk cats. Well, actually you can walk cats. If you're really good with cats, some cats will walk with you. Also my cat, I walk him on a harness sometimes and just kind of in the yard in front of my building with a fence. And then I took care of somebody who had a dog and a cat in their backyard. And that was a really nice experience. The cat was on a long harness, like 20-foot rope, basically. And the cat tended to stick around. And then I walked the dog in the neighborhood, but also we hung out in the backyard, me, the dog, and cat, and I house sat for them 4 nights in a row. And they were a married couple who hired me for that. And then the other married couple hired me for almost a month to spend every night in their house for almost a month and take care of their house as well as their cat. And then I also stayed with another cat for 4 nights in a row, a couple of times. Somebody hired me for that. And then I stayed with a dog, a big 65-pound dog. I stayed in his or her house for 4 nights in a row. And so I'm house sitting and pet sitting dogs and cats. And I'm also open to taking care of like guinea pigs and mice and rats. And even if somebody had a pet tarantula, I would take care of that. I love animals, and a snake and a bird. I know somebody who has a bird for a pet, or fish. I guess fish don't need a lot of attention, but I look forward to taking care of more people's pets. It's another way that I can earn a living doing something I care about, that I love. And I'm also trying to not freak out. I have lost my temper many times lately, and I have been kind of freaking out, and I'm embarrassed to say that, but that's part of what's true for me. I'm having to be careful what I say here on YouTube, because I'm not going to say anything that will get me in trouble. But I have a lot of thoughts and ideas and feelings that are controversial, but I won't mention it here. I'll keep that to myself. That's a secret. I'm just trying to stay in touch with my natural human self. And I was really inspired earlier today. I watched the Tom Petty documentary another time called Somewhere You Feel Free, The Making of Wildflowers. And my favorite part of that movie is when Tom made up a song about having a rash and it healed up when he's wearing those juju beads. It's really ridiculous, funny song. He would make up weird excuse me, he would make up weird lyrics just, you know, when they were just goofing around in the studio, getting ready to record a real song that he wrote, and he would just make stuff up off the top of his head. And apparently when Tom Petty was a little boy, his father said that he had a remarkable memory for nursery rhymes and fairy tales. And he would just, in his cute little Tom Petty as a little boy voice, would just recite little phrases from nursery rhymes and fairy tales, and that's really sweet. And then he ended up growing up to be an amazing songwriter. So he was always really sensitive to language from a young age, and that inspires me. Both Tom Petty and Tori Amos were very precocious little 3-year-olds who were talented from a very young age, and that just somehow inspires me and helps me remind me to stay focused on what really matters, because a lot of life is very stressful right now. I sometimes just feel like I spend a lot of time just worrying about doing basic tasks. And so I'm just like, okay, I want to keep the fire going, like the fire I have on my TV right now, this funny video that somebody made on YouTube that's like a 8-hour video. I love that. So yeah, that reminds me to keep the fire going creatively. And because, you know, we're all just going to get old and pass away someday. So in the meantime, let's do what we love on this planet. And what I love about Tom Petty is, you know, I love his music and his songwriting. He smoked a lot of cigarettes, and apparently he didn't really care about nutrition. He didn't really care about food. And I'm not here to talk about the dark side of Tom Petty. I'm just saying that what really mattered to him was music. And so up till the last day of his life, he was just working on his craft and his music. And he died suddenly and unexpectedly from a little too much of the pain medication he was on, because he had a broken hip and he needed hip replacement. He also had emphysema at the time of his death. And so I'm not here to ramble on about that. Let's just say that the most important thing is that he did his music and he did what he loved. So in other words, all of us have problems. So the most important thing I can teach myself and remind myself, because I feel like I've been regressing lately and back into some negative childhood patterns of negative thinking and of kind of hating myself in a way that's upsetting to me. And I don't want to ramble on about that either. I will just say that it's important to do what you love. And I'm going to adjust the camera one more time. It's important to do what you love, because we're all just going to pass away someday. And so what has meaning? I've been asking myself lately, what means anything to me in life? Loving my cat, loving plants and animals, doing my artwork, music, nature, staying in touch with my humanity, following my heart, following my dreams. I mean, that's all I really care about. I don't really care about a lot of the rat race out in the world and the competitive rat race, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. I don't really care about going to restaurants and bars and concerts and spending lots of money and doing all this social stuff. I don't really care about, I never really did care about that. And now it's more clear than ever because it's more complicated and stressful to just go out and do social things. Then I realized I don't really miss all that. I don't really miss it. What do I really care about? So that's an opportunity. The fact that we have certain restrictions and rules and complicated things we have to do in order to just do normal social things. It makes me just want to do less of that and do what I really care about, which is my artwork, staying home with my cat, walking in nature, having the freedom to breathe oxygen outside in the fresh air, opening my window and letting literally the air blow through my house, eating the foods that I want to eat that I think are healthy for me, and not listening to what other people tell me that I should and shouldn't eat, and following my own natural instinct. So I just wanted to share that. I don't want to do too long of a video, so I'll just say thank you for listening. This is Shannon, Kringen, Goddess Kring. It's 11/14/2021, and please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I think there's 921 at this point, last time I checked. So please like and subscribe. I don't even care if you watch my videos. Of course, I want you to get something out of them, but let's be honest, not everybody watches videos just because they subscribe. So if you subscribe, I know that doesn't necessarily mean you're watching my videos, but if you like my videos and they give you some value, please share them with anyone. You can email me. I have comments disabled because I just got overwhelmed, and I don't like it when I get weird critical comments, and I don't really like being criticized. I criticize myself all the time. So I don't always handle criticism well. If it's constructive criticism that I can learn from, it could be helpful. So I've disabled comments on my videos. And if you want to ask me anything or send me a comment, just go to my website, shannonkringen.com, and find my email and then take the initiative to email me. Because if your comment is thoughtful enough that you want to take the effort to actually email me, then hopefully it'll be a thoughtful comment and not just some, you know, nasty comment that's not meaningful. To be honest, although I have gotten a lot of nice comments over the years, but I got tired of comments, so I disabled them. So thank you for listening. This is Shannon Kringen, Goddess Kring. Have a good day. It's kind of a dark, gloomy day here in Seattle, but I got the fake virtual fire going. Gonna have dinner with a friend. I got the fresh air coming in, and I took a nature walk, rain or shine. And if it snows this winter, I will bring my waterproof camera outside and I will videotape the snow and photograph the snow, and I will share photos with you, unusual photos. Maybe I'll do a video sometime in the shower. That's, you know, of course, PG because it's for YouTube. So I will just do like my face in the shower with my waterproof camera and just do some kind of weird video. I love playing around with my waterproof camera out in the rain or in a swimming pool or in the shower. If I photograph myself, actually, if you have a waterproof camera, take it into your shower and use the flash and photograph your face through the shower water, and it creates these diamond effects. If you go to my Flickr, Shannon Kringen Flickr photos, you can see some portraits I did where the shower water looks like diamonds, because when the flash, you know, flashes through it, it creates the water looks like diamonds. And I discovered that accidentally. It was kind of an accidental, wow, look at that. A lot of the coolest selfies I've taken have been accidental, magical things that happen. So there it is. So, okay, thanks for listening. I'll see you later. I'll try to do at least one video per week, if not more. And I'll try to do short. Every time I try to do a short video, I ramble on longer than I think. I'm going to try to do some 5-minute videos. Let's see if I can do a 5-minute video sometime instead of rambling on for however many minutes. Woo! See you later.